Title: The Party House Next Door. Chapter 1: The First Guest. Lisa Nguyen balanced a basket of laundry on one hip as she watched the moving van pull away from the house next door. The "For Sale" sign had been replaced with a slick new placard, "Luxury Vacation Rental, Coming Soon." She frowned. Their quiet cul-de-sac in Maplewood had been perfect for raising Emily. No through traffic, retired neighbors who exchanged zucchini bread recipes, and sidewalks chalked with hopscotch grids. First red flag: the new owner, Brad Carson, wore mirrored sunglasses when he introduced himself. "Going to Airbnb this baby," he said, slapping the vinyl siding. "High-end clients only, of course." Lisa forced a smile. "We have a noise ordinance after 10 p.m. Brad waved a hand. "Relax, Karen. My guests are all hedge fund guys." Scene 1: The Arrival. The first renters arrived Friday night, 3 men in salmon-colored polo shirts who immediately set up a beer pong table in the driveway. At 2:17 a.m., Lisa stood at her bedroom window, watching them drunkenly attempt to parallel park a Tesla across her lawn. She called the non-emergency police line. "7th call tonight about that property," the dispatcher sighed. "Officers on his way." The cop stayed for 90 seconds, took a selfie with the renters, and left. Scene 2: The documentation begins. By week 3, Lisa had white heavy checkmark a noise log with 47 entries. White heavy checkmark time-stamped videos of hot tub parties. White heavy checkmark photos of urine stains on her azaleas. Her neighbor Mrs. Kowalski pressed a Ziploc into Lisa's hand, used condoms from her rose bushes. "Evidence," she whispered. Scene 3: The breaking point. Emily's playhouse was a hand-painted castle Lisa had built during maternity leave. She found it at dawn, smashed by a rented Jeep Wrangler. Tire tracks led straight to Brad's driveway. The responding officer shrugged. "Civil matter." That's when Lisa noticed the Airbnb listing photo. Brad had used Emily's playhouse as a charming neighborhood feature in the rental ad. Her hands shook as she screenshot the page. Game on. End of Chapter 1. Chapter 2: The Paper Trail. Lisa sat at her kitchen table, Emily's crayon drawings fluttering under the breeze of an oscillating fan. The playhouse incident had lit a fire in her, one that coffee and deep breaths couldn't extinguish. She opened her laptop and typed, *, how to prove an Airbnb is illegal in Maplewood, New Jersey. *. Scene 1: The Code Violation Goldmine. The town's zoning website was a labyrinth of PDFs, but Lisa, a paralegal before Emily was born, knew how to navigate bureaucracy. She discovered white heavy checkmark short-term rentals under 30 days required a permit. Brad had none. White heavy checkmark properties with pools needed safety inspections. His listing bragged about an unheated plunge pool, actually an inflatable kiddie pool. White heavy checkmark more than 4 unrelated tenants constituted a boarding house. His last booking was for 8 bros celebrating Chad's divorce. She printed everything, her highlighter bleeding yellow through the pages. Scene 2: The Neighborhood Watch. Mrs. Kowalski arrived with a plate of Pyragus and a manila folder. "My grandson works for the IRS," she whispered. Inside, Brad's Venmo transactions showing $214,000 in rent payments, none reported as income. Retired Judge Carmichael from number 12 chimed in, "That's not just tax evasion. It's wire fraud if he's using interstate payment systems." Lisa's hands trembled as she added it to her binder. Scene 3: The Spy Next Door. Emily's voice piped up from the living room. "Mommy, why does Mr. Brad's gutter look at me?" Lisa froze. The gutter was a pinhole camera aimed directly at Emily's swing set. Scene 4: The Nuclear Option. The HOA bylaws, buried in Section 17.3, had a clause no one remembered passing. * Properties used for commercial purposes without board approval may be subject to asset forfeiture if violating federal laws. *. Lisa texted the group chat. "Meet at my place tomorrow. We're taking his house." End of Chapter 2. Chapter 3: The Takedown. The fluorescent lights of the Maplewood Municipal Court buzzed like angry hornets as Lisa adjusted the collar of her only blazer. Brad slouched at the defendant's table, smirking at his lawyer, until the door creaked open. "Special Agent Cole, FBI," said the woman in the navy suit, placing a badge next to Lisa's evidence binder. We'll be joining today's proceedings. Brad's tan faded 3 shades. Scene 1. The dominoes fall. One by one, Lisa's evidence unspooled. 1. The IRS agent testified about Brad's hidden Venmo income, $214,792 unreported. 2. The fire marshal condemned the plunge pool after finding jerry-rigged electrical work. 3. The cybersecurity expert confirmed the hidden cameras violated federal privacy laws. But the killing blow came from Brad's own Airbnb messages. Asterisk guessed asterisk, where's the good stuff? Asterisk Brad asterisk, check the crawl space. Extra $200 for cleaning fee. Scene 2. The crawl space surprise. The judge's eyebrows hit his hairline when the FBI revealed photos from the raid. White heavy checkmark a meth lab setup, later proven to be a guest's side project. White heavy checkmark stolen HOA lawn ornaments repurposed as quirky decor. White heavy checkmark Emily's smashed playhouse would used as kindling for bonfire videos. Brad's lawyer started packing before the verdict. Scene 3. The judgment. The gavel cracked like a gunshot. 1. Asset forfeiture. The house would be auctioned. 2. Proceeds. $150,000 to affected neighbors, $50,000 to Emily's college fund. 3. Brad's sentence. 18 months for tax evasion plus 6 years for the meth lab. Turns out he'd lied about just renting it out. As deputies cuffed him, Brad hissed at Lisa, "This isn't over." Special Agent Cole stepped between them. "Actually, it is. We found your offshore accounts too." Scene 4. The garden party. 6 months later, Lisa knelt in fresh soil where Brad's house once stood. The neighborhood kids planted strawberries in the shape of Emily's playhouse outline. Mrs. Kowalski unveiled the plaque. Asterisk, Maplewood Community Garden, built by justice, sustained by love. Asterisk. Emily tugged Lisa's sleeve. "Mommy, look." A monarch butterfly perched on the for sale sign now reading, "Sold to family buyers, no investors." Epilogue. 1 year later. The new neighbors brought homemade tamales to the block party. Brad's appeal was denied. Lisa launched a consulting firm helping towns fight illegal rentals. Emily's college fund grew enough to include landscape architecture classes. Final line. As Lisa locked up the garden shed, she realized, the quietest nights aren't silent, but filled with crickets, rustling leaves, and the distant laughter of kids who'd never know what once happened here. The end.